Hello, everybody, and welcome to another podcast of The Joys and the Journey. Today is a very special recording because 2 days ago, was it 2 or 3 days ago? 3 days ago, I don't know, it was Saturday. Today's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We finally had a soft launch for the Premier Fencing Foundation and Built by Blades. And I felt we need to do a podcast so we explain to everybody what is this about, behind the scenes kind of things, fun things, and also why we did it. And I feel like Chris said before the episode, I think it's going to be mostly you talking, not me. But I do know that Chris will share what it means to him and how he sees the foundation and the brand Built by Blades, which the proceeds are going to the foundation. So I first want to start with something very interesting that happened to me when I was very little. And I don't know if Chris knows the story, but I was a foil fencer before I became a saber fencer. And the club that I was training at, we were borrowing the masks, foils, and everything from the club. And I do remember a couple of years into it, I had showed some potential. I was winning medals and stuff like that. And I remember there was a coach or a fencer, I don't remember, that she had a All-Star mask and she said, I have a mask for sale. It was brand new, All-Star. I've never knew about the brand, of course, because my parents couldn't afford equipment. Actually, none of the kids had equipment at that time,
No.
any. So I do remember that I used to train with those old masks that were, I don't know, a lot of fencers probably have never seen them, but they were like very unsafe. They had no strap on the back, just the metal part that goes there. And if somebody hits you on the face, you're done. You're gone. So anyway, so I saw that mask and I'm like, whoa, this is almost like you are driving this broken car and somebody comes with a Formula One car. I think that was kind of the comparison. I was like speechless. I'm like, this thing exists. People actually train with this thing. So this is the most beautiful fencing mask I've ever seen. And to this day, I think I've never been impressed. Probably you need to buy me All-Star foil mask, I
No,
think.
I think I remember this mask because it was very nice, black head, white beep, and then the red was on the back support.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
I
beautiful.
remember this mask very well.
Now I think I need one of those for my house or decoration. But anyway, so I do remember it was just, I saw it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. Of course, it was expensive, of course, whatever. And I was telling my parents, like, I fell in love with this mask and I don't know how we can do it. And I don't know if I can ask my grandparents for money or my uncle or whatever. But somehow my mom talked to the relatives and stuff. And I think they all got together and got me the mask. I was carrying this. I didn't leave it in my locker at the club there because they weren't unlocked and everybody could have used it. I was carrying it to my house and to the practice every single day. I don't know how to explain. I've told this story a couple of people of the board of directors of the foundation, and one of them said you need to share that story. And I think I'm going to share it more times than only here. But the feeling I had, and I think this feeling still carries me. Like you felt like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't think I felt special. It's just like it's like whatever craft you like to do, and if you don't have the money to buy whatever craft you're doing, whether you're doing jewelry, whatever you're a soccer player, whatever that is, when you get something really special, high level, high end, you feel this is it. You feel on the top of the world. You feel a world champion, even though I've never fenced an international event. It's like it was very special. So, with that being said, I don't know where's this mask. I really need to figure out where's this mask. But with that being said, I think that was the moment where I got a catalog for All Star. I was in my house. That was a couple months later, and I was circling things I need. I need a new foil. I would love to have that. I would love to have a All Star glove. I would love to have this. And I remember my mom was like, "Okay, let's just say you need all those things. How much money will it be if we find the money for you to have all the equipment you need?" People, you can buy a house at a time. Like, seriously. And I was just feeling so small. I was feeling so good with the mask. And then when you felt like, what about the rest of the equipment? Because you need them technically. I felt so small. And I was thinking, is this the end of it? Is this the end of my career or whatever you want, or my dream or whatever that is going to be? And I do remember I was training in that facility, and we had the rain. So when it's raining outside, it was raining inside. Nobody was showing up to practices, and I was like, that will be a dream if you train with people who love to train, who have high goals, who have the equipment. So you don't have to worry about all those things, but you focus on the training itself. But it's funny how one single thing had made me feel so happy, so on top of the world. It was just the mask of the century. I think Alsa needs to sponsor me with something, maybe a shirt or something. But anyway, um, so long story short, I do remember this for the rest of my life. And when we came to United States, um, for the first time, me and Chris bought our very first fencing full set equipment. Yes, because we were still using the federation, whatever the federation was giving us. Big mask, small mask, you're training with whatever you have. I mean, you've had the same situation. And I when we bought our very first, after 2 years of working in the United States and saving money, we bought our full set PBT from head to toe. We were in my father-in-law's apartment. We were living with him, and I was like, we were looking at each other, I was like, holy smoke, this is a lot of money. Like we spent so much money. We were 20 something
Yeah.
when we had our first full set. It was just crazy. So there were so many people on the way that have helped me fence at the World Championships when I was already United States. They paid my flight, they paid Chris's flight, they paid my expenses there. Families who have known me through fencing, who we have trained their kids, who have believed in me. And I think all those experiences are opening your eyes. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? I mean, so we're in a position where we want to give back. We pretty much have everything we've always wanted. I don't think there's a single thing in a way. Like we have food, we have three beautiful, healthy kids. We have our house, whether your house is 5,000, 20,000 square feet or not, it doesn't really matter. We have a house that we love, and we do what we love. So we were sitting with him one day and I was like, well, what about if we do a nonprofit organization where we can help a kid, whether it's a high level athlete or whether it's a just a recreational fencer, to feel the feel I felt with the mask or something else. And Chris has always been super supportive of me and all the crazy ideas. I mean, some are very good ideas, and other I wouldn't say they're very good. But I think he's keeping me grounded for the most part. Um, so anyway, I mentioned to two of our current parents in the club about it, and a couple of weeks later or a week later, I don't even remember. It was 2 years ago. They came to the office and they said, "Let's can we have a chat with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever." So they sat with me and they said, "We want to help you realize that dream." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" But I was like, "Guys, I cannot do this. I cannot put one more thing on my shoulders. I cannot start another thing. I just can't because I do so many things." And they said, "No, no, no. You are the president, and we're gonna figure out everything else. You just tell us, how do you see the foundation? What do you want?" So I just wanted to give back. I wanted me and Chris to do something for others in a return of what people have done to us. And I think that is the main message, right?
Yeah, and we kind of firsthand get to experience the year before that how a foundation helped one of our fencers, and we were very thankful that we were able to help him. They were able to help him, and together, again, he was able to finish top 16 in juniors, and he got second in Y14 and nationals,
Yeah.
which was kind of
Insane.
great story. And we were like, if we can help more kids accomplish this, why not? I mean,
What is the name of the foundation? Can you check it out so we give them a shout out, because this is a big deal and we always want to give a shout out to the people who have helped somebody and have been making this impact. And I feel like maybe even they were part of us. What are we gonna do? Can we start moving? Yeah. So if it wasn't for that foundation, that athlete of ours wasn't going to achieve all those things because we didn't have the funding or anything. And as you guys know, any competitive sport takes funding, is expensive. And while we're trying on our end to help that kid, on the other side is, there's a lot of things. So did you find the name?
It's National Fencing Foundation of Washington, D.C.
So we really really appreciate you guys. If you ever listen to the episode, we chat with you often on the phone and stuff. And
And thank you to Phil
thank you to Phil.
Barbaro, to Maura Grant as well. And
Yeah.
they were very helpful, very supportive. And again, every time we had question or we had some way of supporting our fencer, they were always there to help. And there was actually multiple fencers that got helped by this foundation, which kind of really helped us with the decision of going through with this, because it does make a difference.
Yeah. So how do we see the Premier Fencing Foundation? So I want to clarify something very, very important. The reason we called it Premier is not because it's attached to Premier Fencing Academy, which is our club. I feel like the Premier name has been very good to us with Premier Fencing Academy, and we just decided, let's say Premier. And also I want to say another thing is, I don't want this to be another nonprofit organization. And I told Chris that. And every single thing I do with my time, with my platform, with my knowledge or whatever knowledge, the amount of knowledge I've had for the time I've been in the United States, I want to be exceptional. I want it to be something that have never been done before. And I don't know exactly in what shape or form that will be, but I want it to be something unique and something that people are connected to the greatness, to the we are getting together with people. This is a collaboration process. This is not my foundation. This is not Chris's foundation. I want this to be everybody's foundation that want to help others. Originally, we are going to do it nationwide. We're going to be helping fencers. There's going to be the board of directors are going to be accepting applications. They're going to say when the application process is going to be open, and they're going to have different scale of sponsorship or scholarship. I don't know exactly the name because there's certain formalities, and I don't want to mess it up legally wise. But they go with the ideas I have, and I say we want to help unprivileged kids to have the chance to experience the All-Star Mask as the beginning, fencing a local tournament maybe, or maybe whatever that is. I don't know what needs kids have, fencers, and we're going to collaborate with a lot of probably fencing clubs. And I've told many coaches, please let us know as soon as the registration opens, who needs help from your club. um, I feel like we're going to try to do beyond anything where people see limit. We're going to do beyond that to help others. And I think this is very driven, like purpose driven, like a project. It's a huge project. I know that, but I also want it to be exceptional. And that's why the board of directors, we have incredible people, very smart people, very influential people. And for all the parents who have asked me, whether it's for our club or other clubs, how to help, honestly, contact us. I'm gonna get you in touch with the board of directors, and I think all of us can make this huge movement of us kind of collaborating with each other. Not necessarily my foundation versus your foundation and stuff like that. This is collaborative project, and I think that's how I see the foundation. What do you think?
No, that's correct. I mean, the idea that we have is that we want to have the platform to be able to help every fencer, every athlete, kind of again nationwide, because again we are able to see the challenges, being travel, being hotels, being registration fees, being training itself, being equipment. All those things have to be considered because different families will kind of have different again different difficulties in a way, that our goal is to help solve them, to make sure that every potential there is, or the opportunity that the kids can have, then they'll be able to kind of go after their dreams and show what they're capable of.
And we don't want somebody that is talented and hardworking and dedicated not to have an opportunity because of the financial burden, because me and Chris had that. And honestly, no matter how hard we had it when we were an athletes, and I feel like to one point is a blessing because we can be now the people for why we do this.
Yeah.
The other big thing is the Build by Blades. The Build by Blades is a kids brand. when I say kids brand, it doesn't mean like a toddler's brand. It's the fencers brand, built by fencers, worn by all. Fencers are creating designs. Designs are being sold, and the profit is going to the Premier Fencing Foundation. Because we were trying to figure out how we can implement the fencers to learn about a lot of things. Because except fencing, that they're in the club, what else we can do? And since I love to be creating more job for me, I decided to create this opportunity for the fencers. The Build by Blades is under the umbrella of Premier Fencing Foundation, and I don't want the people to mistake what is what. If somebody wants to donate money, they can go to the PFF. And if somebody wants to buy a hoodie, the money is still going to the PFF. The difference is like the kids are getting to learn about the business, the process, and what goes behind the scenes. Um, we're going to have a kind of documentary behind the scenes what was happening while we were building everything, and it's really humbling for me. Yesterday I tried to start editing stuff to see where we were, the conversations we had, how not so seriously the kids were taking me. I want to point this every single time. I was so discouraged at one point, and I told Chris I'm calling it off. I don't think they take me seriously. I don't think they want to help and stuff. And so, yeah. And I don't want to blame the kids. They're kids. They have their own like life and distractions. But I just don't like when people don't take me seriously. I really take it very like, I don't know, what is it called? I don't know, dramatic.
Lightly.
No, I just don't like it. Um,
Lightly.
yeah, I don't take it lightly. That's the right word. And so I think we're going to be having drops a certain amount of time. I don't know. I don't want to say exactly what period because I might be wrong, but let's just say, for an example, every 3 months, every 4 months, maybe quarterly, whatever that is. And we're going to be retiring certain designs that haven't been sold or haven't been selling much. Again, this is a side project, I would say. I'm not expecting the brand to take off immediately for some reason. I don't think that's going to be because it's not as easy. Because I feel like still the people don't understand, is this just a regular brand or it's brand that gives back, which is brand that gives back.
It's again brand with purpose, again to teach and show the kids the business side of again a brand, and then they gotta hustle and see how they can make this happen. Because then again,
Absolutely.
it's like we're in the stage where in the very beginning we see difficulties, we see 5 hoodies are being sold, 1 hoodie is being sold. It's really we our goal is to push this through to make sure that
Yeah.
again is like, and the kids have to see that side of it too. Sometimes things will go smooth, sometimes will not go smooth. So
Yeah.
that's part of again part of business and part to kind of make sure we push through that.
And I told them, the kids, something very interesting when they were creating the designs, and we were liking the designs, and I told the kids, I know you guys are excited, but maybe the design that you love the most, maybe the design that doesn't sell at all. And they were like giving me the look, and I'm like, that's business. That is part of the business world. And what you like is maybe something that the people who want to buy hoodies don't like. And there are a lot of interesting aspects of it. Another huge thing that we're going to do also is collaborating with different clubs, coaches, and kids. I really want to tell everybody, guys, this is not my project. This is something that we want to move the needle for the fencing community to get together, to shake everything that has been done that is not done right. It's not like, I have a nonprofit. I have every club has their nonprofit. I don't see anything moving because we've been copying what everybody has been doing. I don't want to copy anybody that what has been done. I want to do something different, better, bigger, not on my own, with your help, with everybody's help. This is not my club. This is not the Premier Fencing Academy project. And we're like, it's just us. It's me, me, me. This is a group effort. I'm going to have a great upcoming interviews on the podcast with I'm very inspired by those kids and their nonprofits and stuff. And I want our podcast to give voice for those who are not famous or celebrities and stuff, because we do get inspired by people who are very, very successful. But I can tell you that those kids who are not celebrity yet, they're just as influential, just as impactful, just as inspiring. And I think that's the beauty of the joys of the journey is like, I never set it at something particular because some days I feel this ways and other days I feel that way. But I want to give everybody a voice that we can make a change. We can move the needle. We can open the doors for things that people thought that they're impossible, and I see a possibility. And the more doors I have closed, the more excited I think I'm getting. Because what I was saying, every no gets you to.
Closer to a yes.
Yeah. So what else? What else we can discuss today? I don't know. I mean, that's kind of summarizing the whole thing. One thing I want to mention, I don't know if I'm gonna have the photo to show it on the video, or I can edit later on the episode so you guys can see it. The shirts that we had at the lunch party. I just want to see a single shirt without. Okay. So I'm going to show it on the camera. If you guys are listening to the podcast, I am showing the shirt that we wore at the soft lunch party, and it's at the back of it. We have cranes of different colors, and it says "Made by fencers, worn by all." And on the front, it says "Built by blades." So I want to tell you how this shirt came into fruition. I was sitting with one of the board of directors a couple weeks prior to the soft lunch party, and I said, "We need to create something that that's going to inspire, something that's going to motivate." We had some ideas with the kids creating a tree, and the list will be certain words that they love that are inspiring, motivational, and stuff like that. But it was very hard to create because the words were very small, they weren't going to be readable. So I was like, okay, so this is the kids' brand, but maybe I can do my input. And I said this phrase, the kids are all different. They're coming from different ethnicity, different religion, everything is different. They like different things. But when they unite, they create something beautiful and impactful. So when I said that, I don't remember how many people were with me in the room. And I'm like, that's it. I think that's it. Because I feel it's not only for the kids, but it's also for us as an adults. And we are very different. We are having different political views, religions, backgrounds, likes and dislikes. But I do feel like the core is like we all of us want peace and love and positive emotions and laughter. And I think those are the things that are uniting us. And the same thing as I'm showing it to the kids, I feel us as an adult, when we unite, we can create something extremely impactful, very beautiful. Plus, we are inspiring the kids. And so how it came. And then I decided, okay, let's do just cranes that are paper cranes that are different colors. And I finally learned the word crane because I didn't even know the word at that point. But anyway, so that's why I created the different colors. That's why for the soft lunch party, we had cranes that were different colors. But that can be for every club and every parent the same thing. We are coming from different, everything is different. But when we unite, we can create something beautiful with the same common goal and idea. And that is it for the shirts. That is it for pretty much everything that we want to summarize it very quickly. For you guys to know, we are very, very excited. I'm very tired, but I think I'm more excited than I'm tired. So I'm pushing through. I'm looking for the future. It's going to be bright. It's going to be great. We'll have little setbacks, and that's part of it. And that's okay. We're not going to give up. And hopefully, all of you that are listening or all of you that are watching the YouTube video, if you want to be part of it in any way, shape, or form, let us know. We accept volunteers because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's a beautiful work because we want to leave something behind. If you picture yourself, you're 90 years old and you turn back, what do you want to be known for? I don't think anybody's going to remember our medals, our kids' medals. But I think they're going to remember how we made them feel and the opportunities we created for them. And I think all of you, the coaches, the parents in different clubs, we can do that for the kids. So this is my kind of monologue, and Chris didn't have much to share today. And yeah, what else? That's pretty much.
Again, just to summarize that, we want to again the goal is to make a difference, regardless whether it's through your club, whether it's through the foundation, whether it's through the Build by Blades. The idea is for us to create a situation and awareness that there are lots of fencers out there in addition to the existing fencers that compete on very high level, that they need our help, and we will do our best to make sure that 30, 40, 50 years from now we can turn back and say there is a wall of athletes that we were able to help and they were able to get the best out of it.
And you made somebody's dream come true, and that's all that it takes. whether you're going to see who that person is or not, but you knowing you made somebody smile, I think that's all, because then this person is going to give back and that's going to roll the ball. And that's how we see it. So I guess this is a wrap.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching us. Thank you guys for listening to us. Now it's time for us to start picking up kids from school and going to the fencing club. That's our daily life. We don't have assistants. We don't have, what is it called? The producers of the
The
joys of
producer
the
of the
journey.
podcast.
Yeah, we're going to be flying to Korea and that's going to
So
be editing.
yeah, so remember again, it's like, so we have both websites are live. We have the Premier Fencing Foundation
.org.
We have the buildbyblades.com.
.com.
And then if you feel like this is something you want to contribute to and see how we will make a difference in somebody's life, please go ahead and do so. As far as the podcast too, you can go, you can subscribe, you can like, you can share.
Because I feel more people need to hear the podcast, because I'm hearing people love the podcast, love the message. Please share the podcast. I try to do as many stories, as many reels as I can. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's bump this up so we make the big movement. And again, guys, it's not about me. It's about the kids. It's about the voices. It's about the movement we do. And that is it. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
See ya.